Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3, and this is episode 3 of season 3 of our FIFA 12 Sunderland Manager Mode commentary. So we're into the month of August now, and there are 4 matches to be played in this episode. However, only 3 of them will actually be played in this episode, as our last match against Queen's Park Rangers is on transfer deadline day, and therefore I want deadline day to be its own independent episode. However, I can't actually play the match without first doing the transfer deadline day. So Queen's Park Rangers match will be on in not next episode but the one after that. So you guys voted for the Kieran Richardson goal of last episode to be goal of the month, so that is goal of the month for last episode. So moving on to some actual transfers now, and as Bordeaux offered 2.5 million over his original transfer value, I am selling Ji Dong-won to them, so that does mean we are going to be bringing in a replacement striker later on in the episode. I'm also selling some crappy centre-back who has very small potential, but Liverpool came in with a 13 million offer for Sebastian Larsson, and because Sebastian Larsson is too awesome and I think he's an awesome player, I want to keep him in the squad, but I am selling Craig Gordon to Malaga for 4.9 million, as we already have Courtois and Mignolet as a replacement goalkeeper in case he gets injured. But Liverpool did come in with another offer, this time at 14.5 million, still not enough to tempt me, and also I got a 200 grand offer from Kilmarnock for McCarthy, but as he's the only left back I actually have, I don't want to get rid of him. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Klein actually got injury. He's out for 6 weeks, so that is quite harsh, as that is just at the start of the season. But moving on to our last friendly of the pre-season, and it's against Academica, and they actually took the lead against me in 11 minutes. They really surprised me, because they were a really strong side. I was expecting them to be some crappy friendly team that you just play against and they're like absolutely terrible, but they were a really strong side, and they were strong in possession. They had a really tough defence, and they came quite close to scoring against me several times, and in all honesty, without my goalkeeper Courtois, they would have scored so many times against me. But in the 38th minute, I give away a penalty. I don't think it should have been given, but Courtois makes the save anyway, and believe me, without Courtois, this could have been an ugly scoreline by half-time. He have another save by Courtois, another great save there, and at half-time it was 1-0 to Academica, so I thought this isn't right, there's just some team from Portugal, this ain't right, so I brought on David Ngog and James McLean. I'm not sure if his first name is James or not, but that David Ngog makes an immediate impact, equalising for us just 3 minutes after his substitution. A great goal by David Ngog, and a definite goal of the month contender. That was a great goal by David Ngog, and Lukaku almost puts us 2-1 up just 7 minutes after a good header, but at the top of the crossbar. But we do take the lead against Academica. Craig Gardner curled in a beautiful effort on the 74th minute, a great goal by him, and also a goal of the month contender. We're just getting all some great goals in this first match, but David Ngog plays through Romeo Lukaku, who does put us 3-1 up to kill off the match. A great finish by Lukaku, but quite a good win in the end. Although Academica did have one last attack, I do give away another penalty. I don't know what I was doing there, slid in on the man. It was really stupid. I think it was like his arm takes out his leg, and that is a definite penalty. But Courtois makes another great penalty save to keep it at 3-1. If it had been 3-2, that would have been a very awkward end. Lukaku has a great volley, well saved by the keeper, and David Ngog really should be scoring that header. But nevertheless, the match ended 3-1 to Sunderland, so a great result there to start off and to end our pre-season friendlies. And Liverpool decided to stop coming in for Sebastian Larsson, so that was also quite awesome as well. But we do finally, after so long, manage to sell Dimitrilis to Bayern Munich for 3.4 million. I have no idea why they want him. He is old and crap. We also sell El Mohammadi to FC Köln for 3.6 million. I don't know why I accepted such a low offer, but we do bring in Exardan Shaqiri for 25 million. That is a suggestion everyone put in. But anyway, moving on to our first actual Premiership match of this episode, and I do not know why I am starting with Connor Wickham ahead of David Ngog. That was a complete mistake there. I thought I was playing him, but I decided to give Connor Wickham a chance ahead of him anyway. This was a very, very tight match to play. Although Sunderland and Stoke did have quite a few chances, the goalkeepers were absolutely epic and just kept everything out. You saw back there, Shaqiri had a shot, should have done a little bit better in my opinion, but a good shot and well saved nonetheless. Cameron Jerome through on goal, should do so much better, at least have a shot on target, but at half time it was 0-0 and we needed to take more chances, so I brought on David Ngog for Connor Wickham, who was completely ineffective in that first half. Plays a great through ball to Romeo Lukaku, and instead of smashing it, tries for the finesse, and it is well saved by Asmir Begovic. Craig Gardner then goes for an effort, and another great save by Asmir Begovic, and I thought, oh god, this is going to end at 0-0, but in the 69th minute, Romeo Lukaku is set through by David Ngog, and he puts us ahead, does some crazy celebration after a great goal there for pretty much not for the finish but for the passing and all that. Cotter makes a great save to keep the score at 1-0, so I decided to bring on some substitutions towards the end of the match just to see out the match. We have one great chance to win the end. Craig Gardner tries for the finesse but just screws it up completely, and at full time it is 1-0 to Sunderland against Stoke. So a great result there, and our first 3 points of the Premiership campaign. But now we have a home match against Arsenal, and this is going to be a tough match. This time I do actually start with David Ngog over Connor Wickham because he was very effective in the second half against Stoke. And straight off, Robin van Persie has picked up a pretty serious injury, so that's pretty much screwed up Arsenal's season right from the start. And they bring on Maroon Chamakh, so a very ineffective Arsenal attack is going to follow from that substitution. Romelu Lukaku has a good shot, well saved by Wojciech Szczesny, and a quite effective block there from my replacement right back for Nathaniel Klein while I was injured. Quite a good shot there by Xherdan Shaqiri, forcing the save from Wojciech Szczesny. Maroon Chamakh has a shot, but well saved by Kotwa. I think the most impressive thing about that save was the fact he didn't just palm it straight out to Maroon Chamakh, he then passed it away to one of the defenders. Lukaku has a shot, well saved by the goalkeeper, and this match was pretty much just a show of the goalkeepers. Sebastian Larsson runs into the box, but no one to cross to. Eventually does get a ball in, but it's only Craig Gardner on the end of it, and at full time it did end 0-0, so a pretty good result to be honest. And as per, of course, I brought along with me Fernandinho, as was a lot of your suggestions, for 11.5 million. I may have slightly overspent for him, but I did need to bring in a replacement striker. But out of the blue, from nowhere, Borussia Dortmund offered 15.5 million for Craig Gardner. I said no, that is a lot of money, but not quite enough to tempt me into selling him. However, then they came right back in with a 19 million offer, and I had to accept it. And guys, I want you to leave a comment on who I should purchase to replace him. You see there the transfer budget. I have 21 million to spend, so please leave a comment with who I should replace. But anyway, at the end of this episode in the Premier League, I am in 5th place with 4 points from our first 2 matches. And now for goal of the month. Also, guys, leave a comment whether it should be this David Ngog goal against Academica or the Craig Gardner goal against Academica. Leave a comment on which one you thought should be goal of the month. But on to player of the month now, and without a doubt it has to be Kotwa, because he was absolute epic, made loads of vital saves, penalty saves and everything. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up. So thank you very much for watching.